Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the 2024 Candidate Forum for our OPA Director election. If you're able, would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'm Steve Ransdell, the Elections Committee Vice Chairperson. We have members of the committee who are here with us, Fred Robinson and Tom Piatti, and our board liaison, John Latham. I almost forgot your name, John. Forgive me. Just by way of background, the Ocean Pines Board, as you probably know, consists of 7 directors. This year we have 5 candidates vying for 2 vacancies. The 2 successful candidates in this election will serve until 2027. This year, our candidates are in ballot order: Sherry Clifford, Jeff Hevner, Rick Farr, Amy Peck, and Jerry Murphy. The script says turn the page. So this is how we're going to proceed tonight. Each candidate will have 3 minutes for opening and eventually for closing statements. After opening statements, each candidate will draw 1 number from the bucket over there in front of Tom. And these numbers are numbered corresponding to the number of questions that we have that have been submitted by the community. These questions have not been provided in advance to the candidates or edited, and as we just went through, they will be randomly selected. Candidates may bring notes to the podium for their opening and closing statements, but no notes are allowed during the question rounds. Round 1 of the question rounds will start with Sherry, who announces the number. Tom will ask the corresponding question. You have 2 minutes to complete your answer, and you will get a 30-second warning when your time's getting close to expiring. Then we'll move down the line in the order in which you drew your position. In round 2, members of the audience physically present here will be given an opportunity to ask questions. When we call for questions, just raise your hands. We will randomly call on someone, and you may ask a question to any one candidate. And once that candidate has been asked a question, they're out of play, so to speak. So you have to move to another candidate so that each candidate gets at least 1 question. Our third and final round will be done in reverse ballot order. A candidate may ask any other candidate a question. This is also limited to 5 questions, and you cannot ask any candidate more than 1 question. So again, once they've answered a question, you'll have to direct your question to another candidate. Then at the end of the forum, candidates will have 3 minutes for a closing statement that will be done in ballot order. And we already mentioned the timer, who will keep you abreast of where you are. So without further ado, let's proceed to opening statements. Ms. Clifford, podium's yours.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here tonight. My name is Sherry Clifford, and I am honored to be here this evening as a candidate for the Board of Directors, and I am asking for your support and for your vote. As a proud homeowner for almost 4 years, I've had the privilege of witnessing the many successful developments produced by our General Manager, John Viola, and his team, and I am dedicated to supporting their continued success. When entrusted with this position, my highest priority will be the safety and security of our community. I am dedicated to upholding our governing documents, partnering closely with our volunteer fire department to address their safety concerns and requirements, and to revitalize our committees through the inclusive decision-making processes. These efforts are essential for our continued growth and prosperity of Ocean Pines. I have extensive experience in contract negotiations, project management, software development, and database management. As a successful entrepreneur and business owner that provided trade data to the options industry on Wall Street, my experience also includes building and maintaining team environments, advanced technology proficiencies, informed decision-making processes, and the ability to collaborate with individuals at all organizational levels. Breathe. My professional background has equipped me with the skills necessary to effectively serve on the board. I have a clear understanding of our governing documents, board responsibilities, and the importance of collaboration. Additionally, I am a strong advocate for the board, for a board that listens to our homeowners and prioritizes communication and transparency. This election is very important and will determine whether homeowners in the future are included or excluded in all aspects of our community. I firmly believe that all homeowners should have an equal opportunity to serve and should not be excluded for their difference of opinions. I am confident that together, as a team, we can tackle the greatest challenges we currently face. Thank you all for being here tonight. I am asking for your vote for this very important election. Thank you.
Mr. Hefner, would you like to make your opening statement?
Thank you. Hello, Ocean Pines. I'm going to start with a little bit about myself. Ann and I just celebrated our 41st wedding anniversary. We have two beautiful daughters. I'm a native of Maryland. I grew up in Dundalk, and during the summers, I worked at my parents' business on the boardwalk in Ocean City. I graduated from the Naval Academy. I served in the U.S. Navy as an intelligence officer, entrusted with the highest level of information that this country holds. I spent 3 decades delighting customers at ExxonMobil. I'm retired now, but I still consult with ExxonMobil. I enjoy boating, crabbing, fishing, and swimming in our river and bays. And what I mean by swimming is floating with a fine cigar. My wife and I do a lot around Ocean Pines. We garden at the Community Garden Center. We bowl on an Ocean Pines League. I enjoy walking the pines just about every single day. And we spend a fair amount of time in volunteer service. So let's get to it. Ocean Pines was created by those with an incredible vision. Ann and I love this community. Its preservation and growth, however, requires leadership from our general manager and from our board of directors to plan and spend your money wisely. Fortunately, we have a very talented general manager and a very talented president of our board. My vision for growth is follows. Now is the time to get a deal done to build a South Side Fire Station. Now is the time to secure a multi-year contract with our general manager. Now is the time to start succession planning to identify future talent for that role. Now is the time to sign a multi-year contract with the Matt Ort companies. We also need to get the Racket Sports Center clubhouse renovation started and completed. We need more focus on secondary drainage. We need to perform a soft yacht club restoration in the dining room and beautify its entrance. We need continued focus on CPI education to reduce violations. And finally, after a year on the board, I am even more prepared to address your needs and concerns. And I ask for your re-election vote for proven and experienced leadership to get the job done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hefner. Mr. Farr, the podium is yours.
Thank you. Sure. Good evening, everyone. Hope everybody is doing well this evening. I want to thank everybody for coming out this evening, the candidates, and a big thank you for the election committee for their dedication to this election process. I am honored to have served as president of Ocean Pines Association and honored to have served for the past 3 years on the board, with last year serving as the vice president. This current board has done outstanding service to the Ocean Pines community, which has delivered one of the most successful and prosperous times in Ocean Pines history. This has been a team effort with the collaboration and professionalism of 6 other directors that Ocean Pine memberships voted to serve along with an unwavering support and partnership with our general manager. Success has provided a positive year-to-date operating variance of over $1.2 million. We are financially sound in the Ocean Pines community. During my tenure on the board, there has been a reduction of assessments each year while ensuring that all of our amenities are well-funded to include safety and increasing the salaries of our police officers to $63,000 and increasing the retirement contributions to our officers. Our golf operations revenue is over $400,000 before depreciation, a destination course on the Eastern Shore with record play. Our new Tiki Bar that has opened has generated record sales since opening on Memorial Day weekend. Our amenity memberships are over $100,000 more than this time last year. Our yacht club is a wedding destination with outstanding management from the Matt Orr companies and is producing record sales. Our beach club received a refresh interior with new bar tops and painting. The beautification efforts throughout Ocean Pines has tripled. I'll discuss more of our accomplishments a little bit later. I'm retired after serving over 20 years in the United States Air Force in combat operations. I am currently the Chief Human Resource Officer for the town of Easton, Maryland. I have a bachelor's degree in business administration. I hold a master's in human resource management, and I am a certified senior human resource professional. My executive experience was developed in the military and corporate environments where I honed my skill sets in business and finance, which utilize every day in work and here in Ocean Pines in the board. I also serve on the Worcester County Veterans Memorial Foundation as a director, serving our military community. I've been a resident of Ocean Pines since 1999, and since 2019 and 2020, I have been full-time. With my experience as a board member, president, and executive experience in my full-time position, I'll be honored to serve and receive your vote in my reelection. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Farr. Ms. Peck, podium's yours.
Hi, I'm Amy Peck, and I'm here today asking for your support. I'm passionate about Ocean Pines, my home since 2002, and protecting Ocean Pines' legacy. I'm ready to start as a director day one with institutional knowledge and experience. When I announced my candidacy, I received compliments that I was so brave to run. Well, that is a sad commentary on today's political climate, and it targets the fact that I've been targeted for daring to disagree with some board decisions and for asking questions. It's not just bravery, but it's a passion for Ocean Pines and wanting the best that has me here today. Homeowners deserve a choice, and I did not want an unopposed election because I believe effective governance includes respectful, open discussion with multiple perspectives, ideas, and solutions. I see the value of committee's expertise and of listening to the homeowners. Ocean Pines shouldn't have a 6-1 or 7-0 board for the next several years that just blindly votes yes. Our board needs different viewpoints and improved collaboration. We need to restore the relationships within the community, and that includes with the fire department and the committees. I want to protect the legacy of Ocean Pines while making sure that the successes of the operation team continues. As a director, I will listen to the homeowners, the operations team, the committee, and my fellow directors. I will start discussions. I will ask questions, I will research, and I will not just blindly follow. If a board is going to be 6-1 or 7-0 with very little transparency, what is the purpose of a board? I hope today's forum gives you more information about me, what I stand for, my core values, and what I bring to the table. I hope that you see having an independent thinker on this board is beneficial. I'm hoping I can earn your vote. Thank you.
And our final opening statement, Mr. Jerry Murphy.
Good evening. My name is Jerry Murphy, and I'm honored to stand before you as a candidate for the Board of Directors of Ocean Pines. Today, I'm going to ask for your support, your trust, and your vote. Little background on me, I came to Ocean Pines in the early 70s. I was ambitious in a contractor's mind, and I built for the Helicon Design Corporation several of the roundhouses that you see throughout Ocean Pines. It was during that period that an opportunity came before me through the owner of, for me to open and become general manager of the McDonald's Corporation, opening a store on next to Stephen Decatur in Berlin, and the second store on 28th Street in Ocean City. One of the most successful McDonald's was in Ocean City. The day they opened, they broke Osaka, Japan's breakfast record. After my tour with McDonald's, I went back to the Baltimore, Washington area, and I opened a paper and packaging business, a distribution business, and I served the Northern Virginia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C. area. I did that for approximately 30 years, and I sold that in 2002. It was a successful company, and anyhow, Julie Kennard and I, my wife, for the last 21 years, we've been with Long and Foster Real Estate. We're top realtors, and we sell real estate in the Delaware, Maryland, and DC area. Ocean Pines is a place I've seen 50 years plus evolve into the great community it is today. I'm here to try to expand on what's been going on. I think we've seen some tremendous progress in the last 2 or 3 years. I feel that I also serve on a board at the Washington Department and an historical building in Baltimore, Maryland. We have ample reserves. We always have. The building is well maintained, and it's very successful. I think that some of that background can be an asset to Ocean Pines, and I look forward to serving you. I ask for your vote, and thank you very much.
Okay, on to round 2. This is also in ballot order, is that correct? Right, okay, just confirming my notes. Ms. Clifford, if you'd come up, please draw a slip, open it up, and tell us the number. And then Tom will read you the question. Okay.
I think it's, I got the sticky side of it. It says 15.
For the audience, we had 25 questions. Question 15. Since we are doing well financially, what is your view on increasing the number of CPI inspectors? We have over 8,500 properties here and only 2 or 3 inspectors. This should not be a question of whether we can justify the salary with increased violations fines, but can we accept lower property values because of the lack of enforcement?
Well, I am all for enforcement of our CPI and keeping our property values high. I bought in Ocean Pines in 2020 and have worked very hard to keep my property and my home beautified, up to date and beautified. We are in a very good financial position. However, I do know that we have a DMA study that's coming up, and we do need to make sure that we have the proper funding in all areas. So we need to be careful where we spend and make sure that we do it efficiently and effectively. I think having 8,500 homes and only 2 people to support going around with the violations is probably very low. I don't know exactly how many we would need. If we have 2 or 3, maybe I would have to work on a study and figure out exactly what we have and what's involved before I make a decision. But I do think it's low, and I do support keeping our values. It's important for everybody in our community to keep our home values high and beautiful. This is a beautiful community, and I'm so glad I moved here. Thank you.
Governor, hope you brought your fingernails. Chicken. I'm gonna give this to somebody who does have fingernails, I'm sure.
You guys really glued them.
I know.
They're top secret. Oh my goodness.
Don't start the clock yet.
There you go.
Question number 11.
It is my impression that frequently decisions are made by the board that are contrary to the OPA bylaws. What are your thoughts about this impression, and what is your plan to ensure the bylaws are followed?
Thank you for the question. As a candidate, as a board member, last year when I ran, I read all of those documents very thoroughly. I understand most of them very thoroughly. I can tell you that I constantly read our resolutions and our bylaws, and I strive to make, contrary to what my opponents say, that we don't have any independent thinkers on the board. All of us are independent thinkers. All of us make our own decisions. All of us try to abide by our rules and regulations. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. We try. If we don't come to an agreement, we find a way to come to an agreement. Most of the people on this current board have a common vision that is shared with you all. A vision of exceptional safety, exceptional financial, exceptional value and quality of life. And how we get there is investing in our amenities, infrastructure maintenance, safety and community beautification. We strive for that every day. We may not be perfect, but I tell you, we absolutely try to abide by all of our covenants, our resolutions. And if we don't, listen, we're open. We got big shoulders. We're able to take feedback, and we'll learn from it. Thank you.
You're probably Amy. Will be keeping it on. I assume I can speak for you on that one.
Trying real hard here. Who put these together, by the way? Tom? All right, Amy. Good, use your name.
This one's really bad.
Get it?
No? All right,
All right.
use the different one.
Can you get it?
Can't get this one open. Oh, my,
Yeah.
no, maybe try ripping the end. Rip the one end.
Where'd it go? Yeah, they'll rip it. I'm dedicated here. All right. 6. We made it.
Does the homeowners association have a contingency plan for financial emergencies? How should unexpected costs, such as those from natural disasters or major repairs, be handled?
Yes, we do. And that's one of the things that I will give kudos to our general manager. We do have reserves that we have in our funds that can be utilized if there are disasters or things that are damaged within our community due to a natural disaster. And these funds can be utilized. But one of the other things to ensure if there are parts of our amenities that are destroyed, that we go to our insurance claims to make sure that they take care of that. And we don't want to dip into too much of our reserves, but we do have those mechanisms in place just in case there is some sort of catastrophe that affects us and affects our amenities. So that's why we have been very, very good as far as utilizing our reserves and having a lot of funds that go in there for this type of activity that may happen. Thanks. Have to open yours.
Number 14.
If elected, how would you prepare for monthly BOD meetings? Do you see email communications regarding recommendations on agenda topics between BOD members prior to BOD meetings effective?
Well, one thing about the board meetings that I'm a big proponent of is to have that board packet posted on the website way in advance, because that just doesn't give the board time to prepare, but it gives homeowners a time to know what's going to be discussed. And then you can decide if you need to make a public comment. That increases transparency. My time on the board, and anyone who knows me, I'm a big researcher. I come by decisions very deliberate. I research them, I ask questions, I find input from my fellow directors and experts in the field, and I use data. But all of that should happen at the board meeting. You as homeowners have a right to know how these decisions are being made. And right now, it feels like 6 directors in lockstep are raising their hand, and you don't know why. So as a director, if elected, I am committed to asking those questions. I'm committed to that transparency and doing that behind the scenes research so that homeowners feel like they have a stake, their concerns are being listened to, and it's a transparent process. Thanks.
If you are elected, you will be presiding over the negotiation of the management contract for the yacht club in advance of the upcoming expiration of the Matt Ort contract, which provides for a $500,000 payout to the Ort Company and a $19 per property owner subsidy by the Ocean Pines property owners. What will you do to ensure that the new contract will be more favorable to the property owners whose patronage keeps it in the black operationally by providing net proceeds to OPA that pay for operations, fully fund annual depreciation, and reduce the per property owner subsidy?
What can I say about Matt Ort and his operations? They've been doing a fantastic job. My 50 plus years in Ocean Pines, before Matt Ort, I wouldn't bring you to the yacht club for wings. The place just never seemed to have any good food. It never lasted. ARA, Marriott, many other vendors, local vendors, never seemed to work. Matt has put together an operation that just attracts, look at our Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night music. He's bringing 1,000+ people to the yacht club. Beach Club is doing well. Matt is doing a fantastic job with our operations. I support him, and I would like to see it continue. I don't think any homeowner or property owner in Ocean Pines would have a problem with a $15 assessment or whatever to keep Matt on board. And I don't think he's going, I think Ocean Pines is the benefactor of his positive operations. I don't think anything, I have nothing negative to say about Matt Ort, and I hope his contract will continue. Thank you.
Okay, it's time for round two. This is the round
It's round 3.
three? No,
Oh, sorry.
It's 2. It's 2, trust me. So this is where we'll take questions from the audience. When I call for you to raise your hand, please do so, and we'll try as best we can to take the first hand we see. Yes, sir, I already see you. So you'll be first. So if you would, sir, you are first. Come on up. Please speak into the microphone. Tell us your name and your address and to whom you are directing your question.
My name is George Ball. I live in 7704 Yacht Club Drive. My wife and I have been here since 2006. We love this community. We've been here through the good, the bad, and now we're here through the best. We need to continue with the way things are going in Ocean Pines with our current general manager, the current staff that they have at Ocean Pines with all the team leaders like the chiefs and the fire departments and the public works and different things, so they do a great job maintaining their properties. The current board, the current general manager, over the last several years, they have reduced our fees, which is a great asset to everyone. I have one question with 2 parts. It's just a yes or no answer for each part. And I would like to direct it to Amy Peck, please. Yes, ma'am. It's 2 parts though. So do you as a resident of Ocean Pines currently support General Manager John Viola and the Matador Company with the way Ocean Pines is currently operating? That's part 1. And if you are elected to the board of directors, will you support John Viola to remain as general manager and Matador Company to continue running the yacht club, golf course clubhouse, and beach club? Yes or no?
Well, can I expand or do I just have to say yes or no? That doesn't seem fair. The answer is yes. I was proud to be on the board that secured John Viola for the 3-year contract that he's in now. I remember in 2017 when former GM John Bailey outsourced food and beverage, and that was a fantastic decision. I'm a big supporter of amenities operating profitably because not everyone here in Ocean Pines uses the amenities, and profitable amenities help lower our HOA fee. So the answer for both would be yes.
For both John Viola and Matt Ort?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next question. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, my name is Karen Kaplan, 32 Chatham Court, and I have a question for Rick Farr. Would you be in favor of modifying the bylaws to require public posting of the annual budget, including any red line changes, 14 days prior to the budget vote? Yes or no? And if no, why not?
Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Yes, it's, I believe, my answer would be yes, that to post because we are an HOA. And I feel that, with budgets that we perform with the money that our association members put in, I think it's important that they know where the funds are, where the budget is, and having that posted. But one of the things I would recommend while saying yes is that we are going to be continually working with our general manager to make sure that our budget is correct. But yes, that I feel that it's important that the association members have that transparency and know what's in the budget.
Thank you.
Next question? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Josette Wheatley, and my question would be to Miss Amy Peck. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff. I'd love to hear from you. So my question has to do with in 2026, Route 90 is going to be expanding. Do you give us your word that you'll go to every homeowner on the side of that highway and advise them of what's coming? Because there's been no meetings or anything so far. So will you vow, if elected, to go to each homeowner?
I'll tell you what, I pride myself first off in listening to the residents. I make it a point to talk to residents at the racket club, while I'm bowling, at the yacht club, while I'm walking down the street. I have no problem with that. I think that's a pipe dream. I do
Thank you.
not think that Route 90 is going to be, anything's going to be done to it in that amount of time, first off.
The design starts in
Yeah, we're
2026.
talking, it's going to be a long way off, but in the time that it comes, absolutely, it
There
needs to
should have
be
been
discussed.
public meetings already. I'm just asking, will you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not, I answered your question.
Yes, sir.
I think it's a pipe dream that's going to be a long time coming, but the answer to your question is when the time comes, it'll be discussed thoroughly.
Thank you.
Okay, we have Ms. Clifford available for a question or Mr. Murphy? Any questions? You're going to let them off that easy. Okay, seeing none. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So we'll go on to round three. This round will be conducted in reverse order. So starting with Mr. Murphy, you can ask any of the other candidates one question. They will get 2 minutes to respond. And after that, they're out of play and we'll move on to the other candidates. So Mr. Murphy, it's for you.
My question, I guess, would be to Amy. Amy, I'm for diversity on the board of directors as well. But when the board of directors and the community and the general manager and everybody seem to be going in unison, why are you apprehensive and want to see diversity if it is not in a positive way?
Asking questions and researching and having multiple perspectives is positive. That's how you come up with the best decisions. You have someone asking, well, where's the data? What is the return on investment on this? Why is this project costing so much per square foot? And we do not hear that as a community from this board of directors. It's just hands up. Yes. When coming to decisions, everybody on the board, it should be a collaboration. It shouldn't just be coming from one person. So I believe that as an independent thinker, I would be asking those questions and I could help come up with some solutions, and it definitely would improve transparency. I'm here again. Okay. I'll ask you, Rick. Board negotiations with the fire department seem to have closed down since your allegations of a handshake agreement at the Tiki Bar and your comment to first responders that they need skin in the game. And there hasn't been much progress. If reelected and given the chance, what would you do differently?
Thank you, Amy, for that question. I will tell you that we are currently in negotiations with our fire department as far as where we're going to be with a new building. And this is has our relationship with the fire department, this board has increased immensely, and we're going to continue to move forward with that. And once a decision is made, it'll be brought to the community. But this is something that both the membership of the fire department, the leadership, and also through myself, the board, and the general manager are working through. And it is happening as we speak. And it's something that we want and that we support, and we're going to continue to support until it comes to fruition. But our relationship has increased immensely with the new leadership that we have with the fire department. Thank you. This is going to be for Ms. Clifford. Ms. Clifford, I know that you run a podcast or an oversight of the community, and you've been very vocal, yourself and Ms. Peck, about many different things, whether it's the general manager, whether it's the Matador company or personnel, or even with the police department. And one of the podcasts that you had a former officer here, an officer Chris Tarr, who was and has been ethically and morally compromised as an officer here, and who was ethically and compromised as chain of custody with ammunition and firearms. It was said in your podcast that you wish you had more TARs in our community. And just so I know, and the community knows, I'm trying to understand, with somebody who is so morally and ethically compromised, how would you want more Chris Tars in our police department?
Thank you, Rick. Yes, I do run a podcast, and I welcome guest speakers to come in and speak in the community and the surrounding areas. And yes, at that time, we did have the previous police chief come in and talk. We also had Chris Tarr. He had served, and both had served for a very long time. And I am not a judge. And as far as, what at that time, his service, I don't believe was compromised at that time until after he did the podcast. He was making his information known to, and he had something to say, and we gave him the platform to say it. I value the police department and our fire department here, but I also believe in giving people a voice so that their side of the story can be heard. We did hear from someone had asked if they could do a podcast. We said yes, and they never came back. So we are open to communication. We are open to having our members and our people in our community have a voice. We also run the Ocean Pines ROC Facebook group, and we are very positive on that page. If you would be a member of that page, you would see that it is very positive. We promote the amenities. We promote what goes on here in Ocean Pines. And we also did a very big promotion for the event that you put on. We are very positive, and we give a voice to those that need a voice. We believe in communication and transparency. Thank you.
Yes, this is going to you, Jerry.
With your long legacy here at Ocean Pines, can you tell us what you think are the biggest changes that have taken place here?
Yes, true. 50 years. Uh, Gosh, changes? Road signs. That's huge. We never had road signs when I first came. They were little staples in the ground with the brown and orange letters that you couldn't see. Road signs were a big improvement. The roads themselves were tar and chip. Uh, I did like the old yacht club. I thought that was the character of the old yacht club was there. I understand that everything has a life and an age to it, and it had to be updated. But I've just seen so many things, and the things I've seen that mean the most to me are what's been going on the last couple of years. I think we were just riding along for many, many years. We've had many good boards. We've had some bad boards. But what's been going on the last 2 or 3 years is so positive for Ocean Pines. This is a community that, neighbors become friends, families are raised here in Ocean Pines. It's a great community. Things are going on fine, and I want to see it continue. Don't want to go back to where we were. We're doing a great job, and I hope we can continue. Thank you, Jeff.
I'm trying to figure that out. I don't think we have, I think you have to ask yourself a question. Yep.
You said-
You are asked.
Yes, you
Would
are.
you like to ask a question of any of the other four with your approval candidates?
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, everybody's answered? Okay, so
Yes.
I guess I would ask a question to Jerry.
Please come up to the microphone. Thank you.
I know the committee that you're on, and you work with the committee that has a survey that was actually completed and was ready for distribution back, I think, in the beginning of the year or so, or last fall. And with being on the committee, I'd like to know, what is your commitment to getting that survey out to the community, because of the importance of a survey, and hearing what the public and our members have to say is very important. What are you doing to make that happen?
Well, the survey was given out during the community event, the opening event for Ocean Pines at the park. We had several answers to several surveys. We didn't get as many as we had hoped. We distributed some, so we're getting those back. Rob Kiesling is on vacation right now. He'll be back on the 22nd or 27th of June. We're going to analyze that. This is the Strategic Planning Advisory Committee, looking out 3 to 5 years in Ocean Pines. When Rob gets back, we're going to analyze that. We have a meeting, and we will get that out to the public as soon as it is available. We're looking a week or two from now. Thank you.
Thank you, candidates, especially thank you, Jerry, for taking 2 on-the-spot questions. We didn't account for the fact that there are only 4 other candidates that can be questioned. So thank you for being flexible with us. Okay, we'll now move on to our closing statements. Ms. Clifford?
Okay. Truth or consequences? This is the question we must ask ourselves when deciding to get involved or volunteer in Ocean Pines. Sadly, many have said, "You are so brave to run for the board," and then respond with, "No, not me, no thanks," before walking away or from this beautiful place, or even moving away from this beautiful place they call home. I am here to stand up for our community and to offer my expertise in governance of Ocean Pines, where facts, truth, integrity, transparency, and accountability are essential for the community's continued growth and success, where transparency is not just a word, but a practice we live by. We need to partner with our volunteer fire department to support them in meeting their critical needs and to ensure their safety. In fact, our board should never find itself needing to restore a working relationship with our fire department or any other essential asset. Like our committees, our volunteers are a vital voice for this community, dedicating many hours to bring ideas and suggestions to the board. They should be valued as an asset and not eliminated, as they often provide a voice of reason and accountability. Eliminating our committees and excluding our volunteers is detrimental to everyone involved. We must offer our community full transparency and accountability. We need a board that does not view a code of ethics as merely a behavioral document or dismiss its importance by saying we don't need one, or it makes me feel like I'm being treated like a child. We need a board that collaborates with all members of our community and not just a selected few. Ocean Pines is a wonderful place to live and should not be governed by a supermajority that excludes or eliminates those that speak or disagree. Always remember that your voice and your vote are very important and can make a difference when selecting board members. Ones that will actually listen and work for you, the homeowner. I'd like to thank everybody for being here tonight. I look forward to serving you and ask for your vote. And I will work to ensure that all homeowners are heard, supported, and included. Thank you.
Thank you. You are here this evening, or you're watching this forum to ensure your vote counts, to confidently choose 2 directors that are strong, confident, decisive, passionate, ethical, they listen, and are trustworthy leaders that can and will keep this ship pointed in the right direction towards our shared vision of exceptional safety, financial value, and quality of life, and keep that ship off the rocks. There's only one oversight of this community, and it lies within the board of directors. Directorship is a job that requires the ability to work with others and bring the community together with laser focus on our strategic priorities. This board is performing effectively and efficiently. I'm proud of the accomplishments that I've been part of on this board in that regard. Today, we're enjoying a favorable financial year-end net operating budget, like Rick said, of over $1 million. Thank you, John, and your staff. Our amenities continue to be invested in. Our infrastructure is strong. Our reserves are being funded. Our community is beautiful. It's the board's responsibility to ensure we protect and enhance this positive momentum. I believe that I have demonstrated the abilities to keep your trust as a director. And with that, I ask for your re-election vote for proven experience and confidence to get this job done. Thank you. All yours.
Well, once again, you've heard from the candidates up here as far as what we can do best for the association. There's been talk and discussion here about a 6-1 majority, 7-0 majority. I'm going to remind the candidates here that the Ocean Pines residents voted for this board to where you're at right now and where it is sitting, and is that at the best interest of Ocean Pines. We are functionally sound. Our finances are in great shape. Our amenities are in great shape. And this board works very, very well with our general manager. We have an open door with him and making sure that if there are issues, that we talk about them. That's what professionals and executives do. That's what I am used to in my career. And this is the things that I do and bring to this board. One of the things that I mentioned in my opening statement about all the wonderful things that this board has accomplished this year. And I mentioned a few. The golf course, we got new irrigation that's coming here. A golf course that years ago was going to be a walking park. And now we're at $400,000 favorability before depreciation. Unbelievable. And a destination course for the Eastern Shore. And that's due to our golf operations and through our golf pro. They've done an outstanding job here in Ocean Pines. Our amenities are outstanding. One of the other things that I will remind you of what this board has done, we voted to the expansion of the drainage pipelining of old water pipes. We have approved as the renovation of the racket sports building. As I mentioned, we lowered our assessments since I've been on board for the past 3 years. Record membership for our amenities. We have fully staffed with our lifeguards, first time since COVID. Renovated our dog park for our dog-friendly folks. We've hired a new local law firm that's experts in HOA law that we rely on for legal advice, and we don't go against legal advice. We've ended unnecessary lawsuits. We have been aggressive in our CPI violations to keep our neighborhoods beautiful. The new council that we have hired has recovered over $80,000 in unpaid assessments without any dollars to the Ocean Pines. Done a fantastic job. And as I mentioned previously, we've improved our relationships with the fire department, and there's more to come on that. The last few things that we have done, we've expanded our marina deck and also the transit docks with new gas pumps. And we also the kayak dock at Pintail Park. And we've hired a racket sports director and also aquatics director that are professional and have done a great job in their certain areas. So I want to thank everybody in this community. You have done, and you have sent us here to represent you, and that's what we have done. We are in a favorable position financially, and we will continue to move forward. And I thank you for your vote for re-election. Thank you.
Hi. I want to start off by thanking our GM and our operations team for initiatives that have been put in place that have given us positive financial results over the last several years. I'm confident that those financial successes will continue, but a change on the board is needed and your vote matters. If this election had gone unopposed, the Super Board majority, where it appears decisions are being made via email, behind closed doors, without transparency, discussion, or respect for the committees would continue. The consequences of how you vote are going to stick around for many years. Presently, we do have a 6-1 board majority with rumors of a 7-0 majority. That is not effective governance. It is not what's best for Ocean Pines. It offers no room for new ideas, energy, or perspectives. It shuts down any discussions. It is not the way to negotiate. It does not include. I believe different perspectives are good. We should follow the governing documents. We should listen to homeowners, and it's not a behavior document. I believe in smart. This. I believe in smart, conservative spending and not pet projects, and 3 bids are always needed when spending your HOA dollars. I want a board that is willing to hear other points of view and even criticism, and a board that listens to the homeowners, the committees, and the needs of the fire department. This board does have a trend. If you don't blindly agree with them, or if you have a different idea or concern, they stomp you out, and that is wrong. They exclude and not include. I do care deeply for the community, so that's why I'm asking for your vote. I'm not just asking for myself, but I'm asking for others who want more transparency and a more balanced approach on this board and not what we have now. I want to restore the relationships in the community, including the fire department. I want to include everyone, and I want to continue Ocean Pines' successes. So I'm asking you to vote for me, Amy Peck. I want to thank you for listening to me today because I'm listening to the homeowners. Thanks.
Again, thank you all for being here. I'm here to ask for your support, your trust, and your vote. I've been asked many times, why am I running for this board of directors? In jest, I say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. If you fall off a horse, get back on. And when I walk in my garage, I have a lot of signs left over. But anyhow, why am I running? I'm running to be a part of a successful team. I like what I've been seeing. I want to be a part of that. I commit myself to transparency, integrity, commitment to our property owners, all the residents, and I want to see this continue on. And I'd love to be a part of it. I thank you for your vote, and God bless.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the forum. But before we go, I want to extend some thanks to the Elections Committee, to my mentor and retiring chairman, Tom Piatti, Fred Robinson, who's our newest member of the committee, until Saturday, when I'm told that there may be help on the way. So we're a little short-staffed, but we're staffing back up. I also want to thank John Latham for being our liaison to the board. So I want to give you some statistics here. We've received the eligible and ineligible list from the Ocean Pines staff. We have 7,487 eligible lots to vote. We have 1,032 who are not currently eligible to vote. And we have 1,919 that we don't have an email to reach them. So I mentioned the email number because those who are ineligible will be receiving a letter from the election company letting them know why they're ineligible and giving them an opportunity to bring themselves into compliance with whatever is amiss. And then we get a final list of everyone who's eligible, who's fixed whatever those issues are. So that gives us, if everyone clears that up, we'll have 8,519 eligible votes. I can tell you that the percentage who do vote is not as high. It's about every other, including the national election. So your voice does count. It counts perhaps a little more than you think because not everybody is voting. But remember, we are going to have the ballots mailed out the week of June 18th. The election company is right on target to meet that deadline and to have everything sent. Please remember the U.S. Postal Service is underfunded and goes through a very long process. Our ballots have to go to Baltimore to be sorted, then go to Berlin to be sorted again, or they're actually put in the mail bag for carrier to drop them off. So please be patient, but everything is running according to plan so far. Please remember that you can vote online or on paper. Either way will work, but please only vote one way. That saves us time in purging out the duplicates, which we have a very rigorous process. I should say the election company has a process to do that. All ballots must be received by close of business August 6th. Okay. I also want to do one more thank you, and that's to all of you here, all of you online, for taking the time to learn about the candidates, find out what they stand for, to voice your concerns and your support. This is how we get things done. Thank you very much for coming and happy voting.